Hey, Dream Drivers. Welcome to episode 429 of the Dreams and Drive podcast. Today is going to be a quick solo episode. I've been trying to be more consistent with these episode drops. It's been kind of hard, but I think just showing up, even if you don't have a lot of time, but putting out something that I think will be helpful, will resonate with a lot of you, and will hopefully give you some momentum, some inspiration this week. So today we're going to be talking about how to stop procrastinating and take some action on your dreams. So I want to start with asking you guys a real question. What's one dream you've been putting off for weeks, months, or maybe even years? Think about that right now. I want you guys to have that dream in mind as we go through some of these tips that I think will help you. Maybe it's like starting a podcast. Maybe it's pitching your services to potential clientele. If you aren't an entrepreneur and you're trying to grow in the workplace, maybe it's like revamping your resume or just showing up consistently on social to build your personal brand. I want you to hold that in your mind and also know that I'll be honest, I've definitely procrastinated on a lot of things along this whole dream driving journey of mine. Sometimes it's out of fear. Sometimes I want to say perfectionism because I don't think I'm a perfectionist, but like you can get in your own head a lot of times. What I've learned is procrastination costs us our time, it costs us money, and it also costs us opportunity. And the biggest example I can think of a time that when I decided to actually go for it, so much came from it, was actually starting this podcast. I think starting this podcast in the summer of 2015 was the one time where I just said, okay, I'm going to go for it, and look what has come from me going for it. But definitely since then, I procrastinated on so many things, so we'll get into that. Today's episode, we're just going to be diving into why we procrastinate, because I think it's important to understand the science and just understanding why. And then I'm going to be giving you guys 6 practical ways to get out of your own way today. So hopefully after listening to this, you can say, all right, I have these tools, I have some action points, and I'm going to try to do something with it. So number 1, let's think about why we procrastinate. So a lot of people think that we procrastinate because we're lazy. And that's not true. It's not because you're lazy. Most of the time we're procrastinating because we're actually scared. And fear of failing and people seeing you just flop, the fear of actually succeeding and your life changing. I know for me sometimes it's like the fear of success. Like what happens if I actually do it? Will I be able to handle it? Like, stop thinking that you're just procrastinating because you're lazy, but sometimes it's really like you're not facing the thing that you should be facing. Another big thing is fear of judgment. People will be like, oh, who does this person think they are? Who does she think she is? That's a big one, and I think that's why a lot of people are scared to take risks. I know sometimes I am as well. Another reason why we procrastinate can be perfectionism paralysis. We tell ourselves it has to be perfect before we start. We got to know everything, but perfect is just really a fancy way to stay safe and not put yourselves out there. There's this saying, I know one of our past guests, Sakita Holly, used to say this a lot. Done is better than perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to just start doing something, and you can always get better along the way. So that's another reason why a lot of us are sometimes stuck in this state of not doing anything. Here's another big thing why a lot of us also are procrastinating. It's this overwhelm and this lack of clarity. So I can resonate with this sometimes. Like, I think sometimes we just don't know what to do. We don't know where to get started. If your goal's too big, your brain doesn't really know where to start. Or if you've never done something, the whole idea of just trying to attack it makes you think like, okay, maybe this is too big. Maybe I don't know what's going on. The idea of, let's say, launching a business can feel so huge. So your brain actually is going to protect you by doing nothing. And I think this is a big thing for us to think about, like, what can you do then to create clarity, to make the dream, the goal not seem so big and daunting. And if you try to rework your brain that way, that can be a big step to not being able to procrastinate. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. And then lastly, one of the biggest reasons why we procrastinate is because a lot of us are just addicted to comfort. Stuck is familiar. Doing something different is scary. Doing something different might require a different skill set. It's comfortable. You know what it feels like to dream, but not do. Chasing dreams means discomfort, risk, and newness. And I think just being real about what that means can help us get out of that procrastination cycle. We all like when we can predict what's going to be next. And procrastination is a way for us to fall into that line. And not procrastinating means that we won't be able to predict what's going to come next. What's up, dream drivers? Life's all about making bold moves and investing in your dreams, right? Whether you're taking on a new chapter, like welcoming a growing family, relocating to a fresh city, or stepping up to your next big adventure, you need a ride that's ready to go the distance with you. The Toyota Grand Highlander is designed with more space for people who are ready to tackle the grand challenges ahead. With advanced safety features, convenient tech, and a sophisticated look that reflects your style, it's more than just a car, it's the SUV that makes every journey fun and easy. With comfortable seating for up to 8, an available hands-free power liftgate, and your choice between gas or hybrid engine options, like the 362 horsepower Hybrid Max, this SUV is built for those who aren't afraid to go after their dreams, and it's got room to spare. The Grand Highlander is more than a spacious vehicle. It's your partner in embracing all life throws at you. From daily routines to unexpected adventures, it's up for every grand challenge. Learn more at toyota.com/Grand Highlander. Toyota, let's go places. So big things, you're not lazy, it's probably fair. Number 2, perfectionism paralysis. Number 3, overwhelm and lack of clarity. And then number 4, comfort addiction. But here are some things that you can do to beat procrastination today. So these are quick 6 tips. Get a piece of paper out, write this down. I wanted to make these really simple just so that it's easy to take action on. So the first thing is get clear on your why. You're going to have to ask yourself, why is this dream important? Who benefits if you show up? Who misses out if you don't? It's really bigger than just you. So maybe it's your family, your community, people who need your story. So for me, a lot of times it's like, I want to see my kids. I want to give my kids an example, or I want them to have a better life. A lot of us don't understand what our actual why is and what's motivating us. But I think if we take some time and think about what's motivating us, that can help us stop procrastinating. Number 2 is break it down. Stop making these huge goals. Sometimes the huge goals, like I said earlier, can really seem overwhelming and just daunting. So maybe it's eventually you want to launch a business, whatever. But what are the micro things that you have to do before that? So break out the big goal into smaller goals. So maybe it's not start a YouTube channel, but it really is brainstorm 5 video ideas, pick one. That's a really short, easy, attainable goal. And I've talked about this before, but sometimes you have to trick your mind into being successful by being able to check off easy goals. Maybe it's call one person that I know could use my services. That's just one thing, and it's easy to do. But once you start having this checklist of things you're able to accomplish, you gain confidence, you gain momentum, and you'll want to continue. The number 3 thing that I have here is use the 5-minute rule. Tell yourself, I'll do it for 5 minutes. If it sucks, I can stop. And most times, once you start, that momentum kicks in. It's all about getting yourself to start, giving yourself a time frame, not feeling overwhelmed, and just doing something instead of nothing. Number 4, remove triggers and start adding accountability to your life. So for me, if your phone's distracting, put it in another room. Right now, my phone's upstairs charging. I'm actually recording this podcast episode late at night because I know I need to get something out. And I just said, hey, let me just do it. I can't sleep anyway, so let me just be, busy or be whatever. I can't think of the word right now. But another thing that you can do is also just to add accountability. Maybe it's telling a friend or telling a mentor, or telling a parent, somebody, what it is that you want to do. You can say, hey, I want to send a proposal by 6 p.m. Can you check on me to just make sure I did it? And that level of accountability can help you. Or if you need another added layer, if you have the funds, maybe it's like hiring in a coach. I actually have a business mentor for free through a program called SCORE. I think I've talked about it on the podcast. You can go to score.org and find a retired business professional to help you work through some things. You can join a community. There's lots of different communities based upon what your dream is. Like if you're in the arts, there's lots of arts mentorship. If you're in another industry, you can definitely find a community of like-minded people who you can tap into to help bring you some more accountability. Have people who will call you out and hold you accountable. So if I said, hey, so-and-so, I'm going to do this by 6, and they call me and I don't, then I have to like answer to that person. So that's a really good way to just kind of give yourself that accountability. And I think a lot of us could really be helped from that. Number 5, and this might sound really woo-woo. I'm thinking of my dad. He would definitely be like, this is a woo-woo thing. But visualize the win. Like you have to really see yourself accomplishing the thing that you want to accomplish before you can even do it. So maybe it's just taking some time to close your eyes, picture getting the yes, like picture signing a contract, picture getting the job, picture whatever it is. Let that energy like pull you forward and like be a positive force that can just help you get to where it is that you want. Manifestation, I think, is real. Like just being positive with yourself and giving yourself that your own mental coaching can really help. And then lastly, number 6, give yourself permission to be bad. This is a really big thing because, like I said earlier, done is better than perfect. The first version of whatever you're trying to build is not going to be the best. It just needs to exist. And I think if you at least are okay with that, you'll be able to really accomplish a lot and get the momentum building. But here's the thing, guys. You can't edit, you can't improve, or get feedback on whatever it is you're trying to do until you actually do it. You can't get feedback on something that's still in your head. So take it out of your head, commit to just doing something towards it, and then use that as like momentum to keep going. So right now, guys, I want you guys to pause this episode right now. And out of the 6 things that I said, clearing your why, breaking it down, using the 5-minute rule, removing triggers or adding accountability, visualizing the win, or giving yourself permission to be bad, pick one tiny step from one of those things that you can do. And then I want you guys to DM me at Dreams and Drive and tell me what you're doing because I want to hype you up. I want to get engaged. Maybe it's something we can share. I can do a post and you guys can just click on what it is that, or not click on, sorry. Maybe you guys can just type in the comments, what's that one thing that you're going to be doing to really stop procrastinating this week. Let's put a date on it. Let's put a time on it. This week, we're all going to do one thing to stop procrastinating. And I actually share it is like right now, although it's really late, I am not going to procrastinate with putting out a solo episode. I used tools to help me outline it. And here I am recording it, although it's mad late. I'm still going to get this out. And that is me using momentum instead of just like doing nothing. So remember, guys, procrastination doesn't mean you're lazy. It just means you have some kind of block that you need to work through. But we know that your dreams deserve more than your fear, right? Like you have this dream inside you for a reason. So I think we owe it to ourselves to at least try to do something towards it. And remembering that we are the only person who can move things forward. At the end of the day, you have to do it yourself and then use that momentum to kind of get everything into action. So if this episode helped, I really would love for you to share it with a friend. I know I haven't been as consistent with Dreams and Drives. So much has been going on in my own life, but I do appreciate when I see people still listening. I see people still sharing these episodes because I think there's so much value in them. Share this one with a friend who you feel like it's been stuck to. Make sure you're also leaving a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. Make sure you're subscribed. You can get us wherever you listen to your podcast. And then lastly, keep dreaming and keep driving these dreams forward. The show turns 10 this year. I can't believe it, but I think that the reason why the show is still around is because this topic of putting dreams into drive is something that's always going to be relevant. Follow us on social, guys. We're at Dreams and Drive. Make sure you're signed up for our email community, dreamsanddrive.com/join. As always, hope this was super helpful to you. It was even helpful for me to kind of help put together the bullet points that we're talking through right now. So appreciate y'all. Keep dreaming, keep driving, and we'll chat again in the next episode. Bye, guys.